Bhadram karnebi shrunuyama deva Bhadram pashyemakshabhiryajatra Sthirairangai stuštavansas tanubi Vyashema devahitam yadayuh Swastina indro vruddashrava Swastina pusha vishwaveda Swastina starksho arishtanemi Swastino brihaspatir dadatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. हम लोग गौड़पादी English, Hindi में we are studying Gaudapada's Mandukya Karikas. The Agama Prakaran contains all the mantras, and we have studied up till now 6 mantras and 9 karikas after that. And last time we had started the 7th mantra and read the introductory commentary and some more points. And we are still within those points. But today, as per our usual custom, let us study the mantra as much as we can understand from the mantra and then come to comment. So, let me read. Nanta pragyam, na bahish pragyam, na ubhayata pragyam, na pragyana ganam, na pragyam, na apragyam, adrishtam, avyavaharyam, agrahyam, alakshanam, achintyam, avyapadeshyam, ekatma pratyaya saram, prapanchopashamam, shantam, shivam, advaitam, chaturtham manyante, sa atma, sa viggeya. Now, what does it tell us? Remember, let us remember what we have studied up till now. Mantra Sankhya is all right. That all this is unreal. There is a reality at the back. And that reality at the back itself is all this. Especially, this ātman is also that very reality. And when we attempt to realize that ātman, we shall have to undergo 4 steps. Out of those 4 steps, the first was described as universal or cosmic gross consciousness. That means the individual consciousness vanishes or dissolves into the universal gross consciousness at the first step. Then, when we continue to try to experience the truth as stated in the 4 steps, the grossness vanishes and universal or cosmic subtle world or subtle reality we experience. And then that is the second step. And then we continue with our attempt to experience the truth. And then at the third step, that variety vanishes and all the objects become one as if, and the subject coalesces with those objects, that also appears to become one. But the subject-objectness of that consciousness is not gone, but there is neither desire functioning, neither projections are there. And there, he does not have to feed 19 mouths. He has only one mouth. That is the I consciousness. And what he eats or experiences by that? The bliss, Ananda. This Ananda is the Swarupabhut Ananda, the bliss which is our real nature, reflected upon the inactive mind. Because the mind is not active, because the mind is not vibrating, so there is no chance of the reflection of the bliss getting broken, which happens in our waking and dream state. So the joys of the waking and dream state are really troubles, problems, because we have to make some effort to get that joy. Now, this is an effortless joy. But if we do, this is not the final step, though it appears like that. Because there is no world to be seen, so it appears like that. But if we do not continue our sadhana, if we try to stay there, it is not possible. And we will be thrown back to dream or waking state. And the glory of this state is that in its real nature, it is the Ishvara of all. He is the all-knower. He is the all-potent. He is the origin of everything that we see in the world. He is both the creator and destroyer of this world. So, this is such a place that we are aware of everything possible in the world. Because gross cosmic we have seen, gross subtle cosmic we have seen, and the non-differentiated cosmic we have seen. So, this gives us a clear picture of our own real nature. This is not our real nature, but it gives a clear picture of our real nature, which is not any state, which is the reality, which is involved in all the three, but not involved. It is not one of these three, not involved, but present in all the three. And so, it is called fourth. Now, how to get at that fourth? That is what the seventh mantra is telling us. Tell yourself that what I experienced in the dream state, it starts from antapragyam. Because this gross world is unreal is very easy to understand. Or this gross consciousness is not the reality very easy to understand. But the inner reality, it may be reality. So, we have to try to experience the inner experiencer rejected. Now, if the inner experience is rejected, it does not mean, it should not mean that we are coming back to the gross state. So the second word is nabhaishpragyam. Na anta pragyam. The person or the state in which he is conscious of inner something has to be rejected. It is possible now because we have seen all the three states and we know that we are transcendent over it. So reject that inner consciousness and reject the external also if it starts appearing there. Now, sometimes in dream we become aware that we are dreaming. So there is a state, not beyond these three, but there is a state which can be called intermediate state. Whether we are waking also, we are dreaming also. So, but that is not reality. Because it is both, we should not misunderstand that it is the reality. So reject that. Ubhayata pragyam. Then the third state which we had experienced was the congealed consciousness. And we must reject that to get at the reality. Now, that is na pragya na ghanam. Now, that third state is very special knower state because it has known everything of the gross world, everything of the subtle world, and it has gone to the very root of both of them. So, it is shining with knowledge. But that is not the reality because it is one of the states. Because it will not remain permanent. And there, it is not yet aware of the reality. So, it is ignorance only. Only means the distractions are not there. The waking and dream, distractions are not there. But what is there? Only not knowledge of the reality. So that has to be rejected. So last three words, na pragyana ghanam, na pragyam, na apragyam, all tell us the different aspects of that third stage that it has to be rejected. Neither of that aspect should be retained. So this means two things. The subject, I consciousness, in all these three states has to be rejected. And also that states also are to be rejected. Does it mean that Brahman is an object? Because if subject is rejected, we are left with the object. So, adrishtam, it is not amenable. The reality, the real nature is not amenable to any Jnanendriya of ours, any organ of perception. Representation is seeing. So, adrishtam is that it is not object to be seen. That means, if rejecting all the states of the subject, some object tries to appear, reject that. Avyavaharyam. if it is not an object, it is beyond all relationship with this subject. If there is an object and we are the subjects, then there is a relation between the two. But because it is not of the nature of an object, it is avyavaharyam, unrelational, the reality. And then, suppose not amenable to the organs of perception, is it available to the organ of action? Can we catch it by hands? Can we reach it by walking? Can we talk about it, etc., etc.? So any such thing appearing has to be rejected. So agrahyam. Agrahyam means not amenable to any organ of action. Now, we think things mentally, objects. So, alakshanam. We see some signs outside, and from that we infer something which is not available to organ of action or organ of perception. But it does not leave any sound outside. That is called alakshanam. So if there is no sign outside, how can we think about it? Mental objects depend upon some physical signs. No physical signs, so not a mental object. Achintyam. And if it is neither perceptible nor available to the indriyas, nor any sign, nor thinkable by the mind, then how can we describe it? So, avyapadesham, incapacitous of being described. Now, after all these negatives, we are left in the air. So we ask, please tell us something catching which we can reach it. So, ekatma pratyaya saram. Two meanings come out of it. Actually, we shall see three meanings. Ek atma pratyaya saram. We feel, I. It is my reality, it is my reality, it is my reality. So, you have to hold on to that and search for it. Then you will get it. That is the indication. Ek, one only, atma pratyaya, the feeling of I, is the sar, essence, or the door, you may say, to reach it. This word has another meaning. Ekatma pratyaya saram. That means we feel we were in the waking state, we are in the dream state, we are in the sleep state. So we are same everywhere. Ekatma. Now this constancy can be way of contemplating it. Saram, this feeling of constancy of high consciousness in the three states, or you may generalize it in childhood, youth and old age, yesterday and today, last second and this second. I am same, I am same. That is the feeling. It has been shown that you are not the same, but the feeling is there. So with the help of this feeling of constancy, you can search for it. There is a third meaning. To an evolved mind, because we are evolved sufficiently now. To an evolved mind, the subject and object appear to be one. We have seen in the deep sleep or the equivalent state, the subject has coalesced with the objects. So to the evolved mind, I am the same as you, you are the same as me, I am the same as the whole world is the same as me. Such a feeling comes. Pursue that feeling and you will come to the reality. So this word ekatma pratyasaram conveys three approaches to the reality. Ek atma pratyasaram, ekatma pratyasaram, and third also is ekatma pratyasaram. The second ekatma pratyaya is myself in different states. The third ekatma is the feeling of unity of the whole world. The whole world is one. So that is the source of feeling. Then something more to be told. This manifold prapancha has vanished. Understood? Now let me go on commenting on some persons. The Maharashtra Saint Ganeshwar, he has told about that third meaning of ekatma pratyasaram. And he gives a brilliant example of that. In the Ellora caves, the central is called Kailash caves. And there from a single rock, the worshipper, the worship, and worshipped, and the worship, all are dug out from the same rock, carved from the same rock. Naneshwar Maharaj says, imagine that that rock has become conscious. What would be his consciousness? I'm appearing as these three, but actually I'm one. So like that the feeling comes. And this prapancha upashamam, because these realizations are from sages. They are not empty words. Bhagavan Buddha says that what it is cannot be expressed, but the manifold is not there. So the prapancha upashamam is the special realization of Bhagavan Buddha. Then Shantam. Shantam is not like a child asks you, keep quiet. Or we try to meditate and become quiet. Shantam means it cannot be provoked. You cannot break the peace of it. Now, this also is a realization. If we are not aware of any past sage, Sri Ramakrishna says that all the previous riches had the Shanta aspect. Their life was very, very peaceful from outside. In the modern days, Holy Mother Sarda Devi represents the Shantam. Also, Swami Sardananda. Both of them stand testimony that in the final realization, after final realization, the effect of final realization is that nothing can disturb their peace. Then Shivam. What is Shivam? Don't immediately bring the picture of a Shankar, Shiva, Shambhu. No, 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 no. These are all abstract terms realized by people. So what is Shivam? In the relative world, good and bad are always relative terms. What is good today may be bad tomorrow. What is bad today may become good tomorrow. But visualize something which is absolutely good, no chance of any badness there. Or good and bad, auspicious and inauspicious. Absolutely auspicious. That is that final state. Something you wanted, so you are telling so many things. But we want a sage who has realized this. Shivanandam, Sri Ramakrishna's disciple, Swami Vivekananda gave him this name, Shivanandam. I will give an example from his life to understand. He is sitting, a old lady with her daughter-in-law comes. And the old lady's son, that means that daughter-in-law's husband, has died. So she comes and tells Mahapuruji, Shivanand Swami, Maharaj, this girl has become vidhava, widow. Mahapurush Maharaj, Shivananda Swami said, oh, vidhava, grand, grand, grand. Vidhava, grand. And then it strikes his mind that the lady who has brought, her husband is still living. So, such a lady is called sadhava, with husband. So, as soon as he reminded of this, he says, sadhava also is grand, vidhava also is grand. Now, where is something non-grand? That is the personality, that is the sage, who does not see any evil anywhere. And it became a talk of the town, talk of the Belur Math. Another disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, Akhandananda, came to Belur Math that day. And he entered, all sadhus are talking, Mahapurush Maharaj told, Vidhva is grand, Sadhva is grand. He rushes to Mahapurush Maharaj and says, Dada, elder brother, what I heard today, wonderful. Mahapurush Maharaj is trying to explain. Have I told something wrong? These widows have kept religion alive in India. They observe austerities and they do sadhana. And so I said, Vidva is grand. And sadhava, these married women only bring Mahapurushas to this world. They are born of their womb. So sadhava is grand. Akhandan Swami says, Dada, I don't require any explanation. It only behoves you to say, Sadhva is also grand and Vidva is also grand. He knows his personality. So understood, everything auspicious, everything good. Then, last word is Advaitam. We have to carefully understand this. Hundreds of wrong impressions are about this word. What is the meaning of this word, Advaitam? Subject-object split is not there in the absolute reality. Don't jump so Aham Brahmasmi. None of them are Advaitam. When you say Aham Brahmasmi, there is an Aham. So Aham, also there is an Aham. But this subject and object division is not there. That is the nature of absolute reality. If you find subject-object division anywhere, it is Maya, it is unreal. Very, very important thing. So visualize the reality. It is not that subject has coalesced with the object. No, there is no break at all. Who is the sage? The great Shankaracharya. When Shankaracharya goes on talking Advaita is the reality, Advaita is the reality, his meaning is that there is no subject-object split in the reality. No other meaning. So we have found all these indicative words, they are indicative. The meaning and the corresponding sages. Now, Chaturtham Manyante. Important. Fourth is not a state. These three and fourth, no. But if we count, then we have rejected three states. So it is fourth. It is fourth because we had to take 4 steps. It is fourth because we had to reject 3 states. So that is why it is called Chaturtham Manyante. They call it or they think about it as fourth. Beyond these 3, immanent in all the 3, but beyond the 3. Sa ātman. Very strange grammatically, very strange. Atman is my reality. And how it becomes so? Remember, the purpose of the Upanishad is to make us realize today we are not that. And so Sa has come. Unrealized realization. Sa Atma. Such a description If you can, by these indications and rejection, reach that, then that will be your real nature. And ātman. Now that has to be realized by you. Then it will not remain so. Vidneya. This is the full mantra. Vidneya. To be experientially known, to be realized. So we have tried to understand as far as we could the mantra. Now go back to Shankar's commentary, which we were reading last time. So, what we read last time, Shankar is telling, did she not know? Class cholche. She is closed. Anyway. Okay? So, Shankar told that what is this strange way? Not this, not this. Is it not obvious that when we are talking the fourth, it is not these three? If it is not these three, is it fourth? No. Only by rejecting these three we will realize this rejecting is the door to realization. Pratisheda Vigyan is the word he uses. Pratisheda, rejection, Vijnana, producing experiential knowledge. So he says there is no other way. We have read that commentary, but the spirit of that commentary is that there is no other way to describe that. So, Pratisheda, and suppose you are rejected, what else you have to do? Nothing. If you can really reject all this, you are face to face with the reality. So, Pratisheda Vigyan is the only means of realizing that. That was the first part of the introductory commentary, and then he's telling several points, logical or aspects, that this is the only way to tell about it. So we marked 1, 2, 3 that day, and we did not complete that. So let us come to that now. Na sarpadi vikalpa pratishedena eva. That is first point. Huh? Na means you are telling that obvious, that is wrong. We are not reading it. We are read that this sarpadi vikalpa, that this is the rejection is the only way, because the reality will automatically shine. Because it is your real nature. So he gives example of similar expressions, tat-tvamasi. There, tat, remote. You have to reject that. Only consciousness remains. Tvam, limited. Reject that limitedness. Only consciousness remains. That is the way. So here also, Pratishad is the way. First point. Second point. Yadi hi. Very important. Huh? Suppose these three states were not there. Suppose we are not experiencing the world. Then we would have left with nothing to know Brahman. Because we experience this world, so we try to find out what is the origin of this world. We experience this world, and yet it is not real. So what is the reality? If this world itself was not there, we would have been left with no means. Shastras would have been useless. What the Shastras will tell? Or it will be like something zero. If there is nothing, no experience, then the reality is of the nature of zero. So this is the only way. Describe the three states and then reject them. Go beyond them. Second point. Third point, Rajjuriva Sarpadi Vikalpa. One reality is appearing in all the three states. One reality is appearing in three states. So if we reject the three states, reality remains. This is the third point. There he says, Pramanantaram sadhanantaram na mrugyam. Don't seek for any other means of knowledge. Rejection itself is the means of knowledge. And don't seek some sadhana I have to do. Don't. Many people ask, this is only theory, knowledge. Don't I have to do something? Don't search for something to be done. And don't search for any other means of knowledge. That was the third point. Fourth point, we read the fourth point last time. Let us read. Yesham puna tamo apanayana vatirekena ghatadi adhigame pramanam vyapriyate tesham chedya avayava sambandha viyoga vatirekena anyatara avayavapi chidir vyapriyate iti uktam syat. That means the ignorance or darkness was there. It has been removed. Do you have to do something? That Pramanantaram Sadhanantaram Namugret, he gives a beautiful example. We have a cloth and we want two pieces of that cloth. So we start cutting. Cutting is over. Then do we have to do something to get two pieces? If you have to do something, it will mean we are cutting one of the pieces. So, Chedya avayava sambandha viyoga vatirekena. The two things were cut, so we have separated the two. If something more has to be done, it will mean that one of the pieces we are cutting again. So, this is the example. So, when some means of knowledge, like seeing. Eyes have fallen there. I have to do something else. So like that, yada punar ghata tamasor viveka karane pravrutam pramanam, ghata is in darkness and darkness is removed. Do you have to do something? Tamo nivritti phalavasanam. The tamo nivritti ends in knowledge. Chidiriva achedya avaya sambandha viveka karane pravruta. Same. Cutting the cloth, that is the only thing. Tada nantariyakam ghata vijnanam na tat pramana phalam. No pramana phalam nasti. It is not the result of your important. It is not the result of your realization. It was there, so you saw it. It was there, you were wrongly conceiving. Now wrongly conceiving is gone. So it does not depend upon some praman, and nothing intervenes. Once this pratisheda has happened, nothing intervenes of your knowing that. This is the fourth point. Fifth point. Nacha tadvad api atmani adhyaropita antapragyatwadi viveka karane pravrittasya pratisheda vijnana pramanasya anupaditsita antapragyatwadi nivritti vyatirekena turiya vyapara upapatti. Same thing. That we are bent upon the discrimination. Now the discrimination is over, so nothing more is to be done. Antapragyatwadi nivritti samakalameva pramatru. Important term. Fourth point. Fifth point. Fifth point starts from nacha tadvad. There he says, Antapragyatwadi vritti samakalameva pramatrutwadi bheda nivrutte. That is very important. Now, knower and known, the difference is gone. So what will you do now? The knower has not remained separately than the known. The known has not remained separately than the knower. Then what can we do further? Understood? Important, huh? Tathacha vakshati. This he will tell in Karika 18. Gyate dvaitam na vidyate. Once you know, there is no two. Same. Subject and object gone. Iti. Then sixth point, Jnanasya dvaita nivritti. Important points are there, different shades. Jnanasya dvaita nivritti kshana vyatirekena kshanantara anavasthana. You are reached a state, what? Aham Brahmasmi. What this has done? This is a mental wave. It contains knowledge. That knowledge has destroyed ignorance. Mental wave depended upon mind. That is gone now. If it would remain, then ignorance will not go. Important point, Aham Brahmasmi, it has to vanish. If Aham Brahmasmi continues, then ignorance has not gone. You will require something else to remove that, something else to remove that. If Aham Brahmasmi does not remove itself, next moment it is not there. What is there next moment? I told several times, my Guruji, a flash comes and everything vanishes. Advaita, Vritti, vanishes, giving Advaita Deepti. That is the word, if you want. Important word. Advaita Vritti vanishes, we get Advaita Deepti, shining Advaita. Avasthane cha. Suppose it would have remained. Anavastha prasangat. Then Dvaita has not gone. Then something else required to remove it. Then that will remain. Something else required to remove. That will remain. So it will be anavastha. Advaita prasangat Dvaita anivrutti. So Dvaita will not go. If Aham Brahmasmi does not vanish next moment, then Dvaita will never go. Because he will require another vritti to remove it, then that vritti will remain. Tasmat pratisheda vijnana pramana vyapara samakala eva. So that moment when pratisheda vijnana has taken place, everything is gone. Atmani adhyaropita antapragyatwadi anartha nivrittiriti siddham. All this waking, whether individual or cosmic, were anarthas, full of evils. We had seen 19 mouths to feed. In the sleep, Ishvara, that tendency to come back was there. So all these evils will vanish that very moment. Iti siddham. Okay? So this is, in a way, introductory comment. It is a, why this Nisheda Vijnan that has been explained. Now, word by word meaning of the words of the mantra. We already seen that. Now let us see in Shankar Bhashya. All right? We have dealt with all the points. 3 points we had dealt that day, 4th, 5th, 6th. We remunerated those 3. Another 3 we told. Na anta pragyamiti taijasa pratisheda. So first it starts with taijasa, the experiencer in the dream state. He has been rejected by telling Nanta Pragyam. Na Bhaishpragyamiti Vishwa Pratishada. Why this order he does not explain, we already explained. That external world we don't take to be real. But rejecting internal world, we should not come back to the external. So, na Bhaishpragyamiti Vishwa Pratisheda. The waking is rejected. Now, Veta Pragyamiti Jagrat Swapnayor Antarala Avastha Pratisheda. In between waking and dream state, that has been rejected by telling no Veta Pragya. Na Pragyana Ghanamiti Sushupta Avastha Pratisheda. Not congealed consciousness means Sushupti Avastha is not the final. Bija Bhava Aviveka Rupatvat. Why it is not final? Because the seeds of all Avivek is there. Na Pragyamiti Yugapat Sarva Visha Pragyatruto Pratisheda. In a flash he knows everything because he has seen the gross cosmic and the subtle cosmic. So that is rejected by Na Pragyam. Na Pragyamiti Achaitanya Pratisheda. It is not dead dull matter. So that is rejected by Na Pragyam. Katham Punar now question is raised here. Katham Punar Antapragyatvadinam Atmani Gamyamananam Rajvadau Sarpadivat Pratishedat Asatvam Gamyate iti uchyate. If the snake, you say snake is not there, immediately you find the rope. But here you are perceiving all these things, so simply not this will remove that. All these things are man like us, not that sadhaka. So simply saying not this, you'll remove that. I will tell you now. Iti uchyate. Swarupa avisheshe api itaretara vyavichara. They are unreal. Knower is there, but waking is not there in dream. Dream is not there in waking. Dream is not waking and not there in deep sleep. It is not. So they are mutually contradictory. So we are asked to reject it. Unreal by themselves. Rajvado sarpa, the sarpa dharadi vikalpita vedavat. Rope is sometimes seen as snake, sometimes as a line of water, sometimes a breach in the earth. But once you know the rope, all these are vanished. So, two sides. They are unreal because self-contradictory. Secondly, when you know the reality, all they are gone, so unreal. So, by rejection, they will go because they are unreal. Now, sushupte vyabhicharati iti chet. You said that the knower has not gone. But in deep sleep, knower also has gone. Again, we'll take it up next time. Huh? Some useless, you may say, objections. But they will be removed one by one. Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashe Makshabhir Yajatra Stirai Rangai Stushto Ansas Tanubi Vyashema Deva Hitam Yadayu Swastina Indro Vruddha Shrava Swastina Pusha Vishwaveda Swastina Starksho Varishtanemi Swastino Brihaspati Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.